So apparently the country is having a serious conversation as to whether or not the president has the ability to pardon himself, which is insane. And this prompted a Democratic congressman to propose a new bill. Listen to this. Representative Al Green, a Democrat of Texas, said he plans to introduce a bill that would prevent presidents from being able to pardon themselves, according to a statement from his office. Green said he believes that giving the president the power to self-pardon would make the leader above the law, making the United States, he believes, a country of laws for all but the president. To allow such would not only place the president above the law, it would make the president his own final judge, jury, and prosecutor, Green said in a statement. The president would, in fact, become the law. Green said he plans to introduce the bill because of love for my country, adding that the phrase, "no one is above the law," is the heart of American jurisprudence, according to his statement. The statement comes among increasing reports that Trump is considering using his power to pardon himself or other members of his administration for any offenses related to the Russian probe, though Trump attorney Jay Sekulow has insisted that officials are not even discussing Trump's ability to issue pardons. Quote, "We're not researching the issue because the issue of pardons is not on the table. There's nothing to pardon from," Sekulow said Sunday. Okay, so look. Yeah, you want to talk about, crimes. What fucking crimes were committed? Yeah, I actually have that same goddamn question. What crimes were committed? What crimes were committed? Now, are there crimes Trump has actually committed? Yes. In regards to this Russia thing, what even theoretically is the crime? Collusion. You're not allowed to get dirt on your opponent from a foreign government. Well, number one, we don't even know if they did that because they didn't seemingly get any information, even though Trump Jr. tried. But number two, if that's your standard, you can't get dirt on your opponent from a foreign government. That's exactly what Hillary did with Ukraine also. So if Trump and his campaign are guilty of it with Russia, Hillary and her campaign are guilty of it with Ukraine. And it's just information. I don't give a fuck. People are so stuck on this, and it's driving me crazy. So yes, what is there to pardon from? I agree with them on that front when it comes to this specific issue. But in reality, things Trump has done that might actually merit impeachment or might actually merit some sort of legal action? Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that he's continuing Obama's illegal wars. We're doing a war in 7 different countries. 7 countries. Now, we didn't declare war in 5 of those 7 countries. The way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to go through Congress and get a declaration of war if the U.S. goes to war. Well, now we just don't do that. Now we do war in 7 countries. We got the approval for 2 of them, Iraq and Afghanistan. And now every war that we've done since then, we just, add on to the authorization for the use of military force for Iraq and Afghanistan. You go all the way back to 2003 and say, yeah, that includes what we're doing now in Yemen and Pakistan and Somalia and Libya. But that's not true. So Obama was waging an illegal war, doing these things, and now Trump is doing it as well. Massacring civilians with drone strikes. They loosened the rules of engagement in Somalia. I mean, they were already lax and they weren't abiding by them. Now they're like, yeah, let's get rid of them even more. In Trump's first military act as president, he approved a raid that killed at least 30 civilians, including an 8-year-old girl. An 8-year-old American girl. You can't just assassinate American children with no due process. You can't do that, but he did that. Now, you want to talk about something that's impeachable or that's a crime? That's a fucking crime. That's a war crime. You're going to kill an 8-year-old American girl? Just assassinate her in a botched raid? That's fine. But we're so used to the war crimes. We're so used to the illegal wars that nobody even brings this up. But they're busy talking about, ooh, did you meet with somebody who happened to be Russian? Now, furthermore, you want to talk about other things that Trump did that he shouldn't be allowed to do or that it actually might be illegal and unconstitutional. He violated the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution. You can't have self-dealings between the president, and he can't be financially, personally wrapped up and profiting from other countries. He has. There's no question about that. He's got these hotels all around the world, and he has somebody from China come and stay in this hotel, and they pay him a colossal amount of money because they're trying to buy favors. Same thing with Saudi Arabia. Stayed in his D.C. hotel, paid him hundreds of thousands of dollars for a short stay. Why? Because they're trying to buy favor. They're trying to, do something corrupt. I will give you a lot of money. You will give me this policy decision. And look, what happened? They just armed them. They just gave them a tremendous amount of money in arms. Why? Because they're corrupt. Behind the scenes, they're making these deals. Trump has he registered 8 new businesses in Saudi Arabia during the campaign. He's got businesses in 12 different countries, Trump does. You're telling me he's not profiting from those governments? Of course he's profiting from those governments. That's a clear violation of the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution. So is he doing something that's illegal? Yes, but it's not the Russia thing. Now to the heart of the article. We're really having this conversation as to whether or not the president can pardon himself? Are you fucking kidding me? If the president can pardon himself, that renders the entire idea of checks and balances irrelevant. We have no checks and balances. The president gets to do whatever, gets to be above the law and say, I declare that I cannot be punished for this. So that means we don't have a president, we have a dictator. That's what it would be. We have a dictator. We have a tyrant. We have a absolute authority with an authoritarian leader who gets to do whatever they want and get away with it, and there are no consequences. That is obviously not the case in the United States of America when we have checks and balances worked into our system, and when we have separation of powers, and we say nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. Equal protection under the law. Nobody's above it. So I can't believe we're even having this conversation. No, he can't fucking pardon himself. No, of course not. Ugh. Yeah. We're up shit's creek without a paddle. That's how I feel reading all these stories.